Coming up on this week's episode of The Splash, West Bloomfield residents celebrated the end of summer with food, fun, and fireworks. Then students at Roosevelt Summer Camp came together for a very special birthday in Keego Harbor. And for the past year, this building has been vacant within the township, but that's all about to change. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything, from local news to feature stories, all so that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Splash. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson, and as always, it's good to have you with us. Now, although summer is winding down, the staff over at Temple Shir Shalom are just getting started by celebrating with their annual Food, Fun, and Fireworks Festival right here in the township. And Splash reporter Tyler Kieft was there to find out why they continue to host this large event each year.
Summer in Michigan, a time when family and friends alike spend their moments of leisure enjoying the outdoors and having fun. For West Bloomfield's Temple Shir Shalom, it also brings about the annual Food, Fun, and Fireworks. But beyond the rides and the delicious carnival foods, is a deeper meaning that is as colorful as the booming fireworks.
It's just a great way sort of unwind together and just celebrate family together and be a community. And it's really nice because a lot of us haven't seen each other. Our religious school ended mid-May. People went traveling with the camp, and there's a chance to bring everyone together. And while we get over 1,000 people who want to be a part of it and share, and you never know who you're going to bump into and see.
Even for some members that I haven't seen since last year, it's so exciting to get back in touch, to hear the updates from where we left off last year. Sometimes it feels as if the entire year didn't really pass. It's like we've seen each other last week. So it really is important for us to have this as a kind of a touchstone each year.
What on the surface appears as a yearly carnival is in reality a way to bring all parts of the community together. Because that is what really matters.
It's a chance for all of us to be together in a really social, calm, exciting way. And just people of all ages, from the youngest to the oldest members, kids playing together, families just schmoozing and hanging out, really helps us build community. And for some, it's a first chance to come and meet people at Temple who are interested in meeting the community. And for us, we believe that we're all about relationships, about making connections.
You have different ages, you have different genders, you have different backgrounds. So it really does act and serve to bring the entire community together. And that's really how you learn from each other, how you get to know people who are outside of your everyday experiences.
And that, my friends, is the joy of being a community. No matter who you are, what you do, or what you look like, you're together, and you are important. As President Jimmy Carter once said, our individual fates are linked, our futures intertwined, and if we act in that knowledge and in that spirit together, we can move mountains. For The Splash, I'm Tyler Kieft.
Thank you, Tyler. Always good to see our fellow residents enjoying one another's company. And if you'd like to learn more about Temple Shir Shalom and their mission within Metro Detroit, you can visit their website at shirshalom.org. One of Keego Harbor's oldest residents, Mrs. Christina Ottmar, just turned 100 years old. And to celebrate, students over at Roosevelt Summer Camp went to sing happy birthday to her.
Christina Ottmar is a longtime Keego Harbor resident, and with her 100th birthday fast approaching, she received a very special surprise from the Roosevelt Summer Camp.
Today, our campers went over to sing to Mrs. Christina Ottmar, who is turning 100 on August 21st.
All right, you guys. Ready?
And we were able to sing to her through her bedroom window.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Mrs. Ottmar was smiling ear to ear, and she wore her birthday crown and gave butterfly kisses to all the campers from her bed. And it was a very touching moment. I'm very proud of the Roosevelt Summer Campers for touching such a special person's heart. She's going to remember that for a very long time.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Christina Ottmar has lived a long life of happiness, care, and dedication. Now, as she turns 100 years old, we wish her a happy birthday and many more years to come. For The Splash, this is Ben Goldman.
Ben Goldman out in Kego Harbor. Thank you for that report, Ben. And of course, we all here at The Splash want to wish Mrs. Otmar happy birthday as well. And to see more of the children's performance, well, you can visit civiccentertv.com/Roosevelt Summer Camp. Still more to come, though, on this week's episode, including a vacant bookstore in West Bloomfield finally being put out onto the market. And later, George Moore is out on the streets asking our community some rather odd questions on Sidewalk Talk. Stay tuned for all that and more coming up.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV celebrates our region's natural beauty, proud history, tremendous accomplishments, and more with Another Angle, a series featuring a unique bird's-eye view of our area's landscape. Watch Another Angle on Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
The best way to know when shows debut on Civic Center TV is to become a member. It's absolutely free. We'll send you a regular newsletter with all the latest updates. Just go to civiccentertv.com and click the Members tab. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash, everyone. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson. Just last year, the Barnes & Noble bookstore located on Orchard Lake Road was closed down to the public and has remained so for almost a year. Now things are finally starting to look up for that area, with the promise of new businesses on the way. The Splash's Carolyn Bond has the details.
I'm out here on Orchard Lake Road near Maple Road, in front of the Barnes & Nobles, which closed its doors at the end of 2015. We just heard that the store went on the market, and we're eager to find out what will take its place. For 21 years, the Barnes & Noble in West Bloomfield was a favorite gathering spot in the community and provided the opportunity of browsing hundreds of books to children and adults alike. Many people were heartbroken to learn of the event, while others will be fine with visiting the store online. Since the building just went on the market, there isn't word yet about what retailer will take its place. But with a prime location on Orchard Lake Road, this building may not be vacant for much longer. Thousands of commuters pass through this area coming off of Northwestern Highway every day. Stay connected to Civic Center TV to find out who plans to move in once we learn more. For The Splash, I'm Carolyn Bond.
Thank you, Carolyn. And as she mentioned, we will continue to update you on what is expected to take the store's place. And to see more on that, just go to civiccentertv.com/Barnes & Noble. We now move on to another of our Splash segments, Sidewalk Talk, where reporter George Moore talks with people in the greater West Bloomfield area.
Hi, George Moore for Civic Center TV, out on the streets of West Bloomfield like we've been for a while, and we're going to ask questions that you'll have the answers to. Stay with us. If you could pick any two celebrities, past or present, to be your parents, who would you choose?
Let's see. I would choose maybe Ellen DeGeneres for my mom and Larry David for my dad.
Carol Burnett would be my mom because she reminds me of my mom. My mom was very, very funny. And for the man, George Clooney.
How about Patrick Stump and Pete Wentz?
Okay, inform me. Patrick Stump.
They're musicians. They're from Fall Out Boy, a band.
Morgan Freeman. He reminds me of my father a lot. I think the sound of his voice would captivate me, and I would listen intently to every word he says.
John Wayne would be the one, and I guess Scarlett O'Hara. She was a woman that had spirit about her. Okay.
J-Lo as my mom, and Leonardo DiCaprio as my dad.
Oh, my parents are celebrities in my eyes, so that's a tough one.
That's a good answer, though.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I feel like I would pick Angelina and Brad Pitt because they would take me everywhere. I could travel the whole world.
Meryl Streep. I would love Meryl Streep as a mother. That's it. Meryl Streep as a mother. As a father, my father was a cop in New York City for 30 years, so he looks just like Jerry Orbach, if anybody remembers Law and Order.
I guess like Michelle Pfeiffer would be a pretty cool mom, although it's creepy to pick a mom because she's hot, you know.
I think I would pick Albert Einstein for brains and Heidi Klum for beauty, but my luck, I'd get Albert's looks and her brains. Not that she's dumb.
Once again, greater West Bloomfield area, you come through like champs in answering the questions that we ask you. So we'll be out here again, so look for us. For Civic Center TV and The Splash, I'm George Moore. Sidewalk Talk.
Thanks, George. As usual, a lot of great answers this week. And if you'd like to see even more Sidewalk Talk, then you can check out civiccentertv.com/Sidewalk Talk. Time now, though, for a Civic Center event update. And to stay up to date on all the following current events, you can visit civiccentertv.com/events. So without further ado, let's get started. Oakland County Animal Control Census team workers are going door to door to verify compliance with Michigan State dog law that requires all dogs to have a valid dog license. Census workers will be driving marked county vehicles and wearing county uniforms with proper identification throughout the township from now until September 22nd. Be sure to have your pet validly licensed before then. Come and join West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation for a day out at Marshbank Park for an old-fashioned picnic in the park. Live entertainment and sing-alongs will be all part of the event, along with summer fun in the sun. Because of the limited seating, though, please don't forget to bring your own blanket or chair. Also, smart transportation will be available upon request. The event starts on August 25th from 11:30 till 2 p.m. and is for those 50 and older. Pre-registration is required, and the cost is $7 for residents and $9 for non-residents. Next up, Tommy Toon takes to the stage with dancing, singing, and tale-telling on August 25th, starting at 7:30 p.m. Join in on Tommy's autobiographical stroll celebrating 50-plus years of showmanship. The evening features Toon's renditions of standards by Irving Berlin, Cole Porter, Johnny Mercer, Burt Bacharach, the Gershwins, Carole King, Green Day, and many more. Tickets start at $63, and for more information, you can go to theberman.org. At the Caregiver Support Group, there is a healthy balance between love, logic, and laughter. This all occurs while sharing one's experience within a group setting, which enables caregivers to recognize the similarities within their experiences while also defining the uniqueness of their situation. The group will meet from 10 a.m. till 11:30 a.m. at Temple Israel on Tuesdays in August. In order to register, you can call them at 248-661-5700. Wonderland Lanes is offering bowling leagues for seniors ages 50 and above on Monday and Thursday mornings. Individuals are invited to a preseason meeting on Thursday the 25th at 10 a.m. to learn about the program and to sign up for the fall session. For additional information, please contact Connie at 248-505-9888. New this year, you can show off your summer reading projects at the Summer Challenge Project Fair on Thursday, August 25th from 7 till 8:30 p.m. in the main library meeting room. You can even earn points for attending the event, so why not come on out? The Rotary Club of West Bloomfield is hosting their second Spaghetti Dinner fundraiser, with the proceeds going towards club projects and services. The event will be held at Shepherd King Lutheran Church on August 25th from 6 till 9:15 p.m. And this year they will also have a trivia challenge. The cost is only $15 for adults, $25 for a couple, and $10 per child 12 and under. Bring your pooch to the Family Aquatic Center for a tail-wagging good time. The fun all starts at 9:30 a.m. and lasts until 12:15 on August 27th. Each registered dog receives a gift and entry into drawings to win some awesome prizes. Also, when signing up for your session, please know the weight of your dog so that they can be placed within the appropriate setting with other dogs their size. And lastly, the cost is only $7 for residents and $9 for non-residents. The West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Fall Guide is officially available. If you haven't received yours in the mailbox yet, we'll stop on by the Recreation Activity Center, or you can view it online. You can even take a look at all the activities, events, and programs planned to help make this fall the best one yet. And some activities and programs offer a $5 discount for early reservation. To find out more, simply call 248-451-1900 for more information. The doors open at 2:30 p.m. for the Music at Maine headliners Dean Rutledge and Tim Hazel on August 28th at the West Bloomfield Library. As two mainstays of the early Detroit folk scene, their talent ranges from past to present with some unexpected surprises. On August 28th, there is a Walk for Friendship rummage sale at the Meir Family Friendship Center in West Bloomfield, and it's all from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. If you would like to donate items for the sale, simply email Leanne at friendshipcircle.org before August 21st, the donation deadline. Join West Bloomfield Library's summer reading finale. To celebrate everyone's reading accomplishments, the Bowers Farm Traveling Petting Zoo will be there, along with face and body painting on September 1st from 4 till 6 p.m. You and your child are invited to join West Bloomfield's Park and Rec naturalist Lauren Azuri on a nature discovery and exercise walk on September 1st at 10:30 a.m. at the Recreation Activity Center. The trail is unpaved, so only all-terrain strollers are recommended, and a baby backpack or carrier is also suggested for infants. This event is free, by the way, but pre-registration is required. Walk for Friendship on September 4th with the community to raise funds and awareness for the Friendship Circle. Registration at the JCC opens at 10:30 a.m. and the opening ceremony follows at 11:30 a.m. And then the walk starts right after at 11:45. Participants will enjoy a post-walk celebration with entertainment, activities, and food. And finally, Pontiac Meals on Wheels provides homebound and congregate meal services for senior citizens in Pontiac, Kego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and parts of Orchard Lake. For more information, call 248-738-9393. Well, that's all for now, but if you're looking to find even more events going on in your neighborhood, then be sure to follow us at civiccentertv.com/events and look up our events calendar. And as always, you can stay tuned right here for more information on everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. Time now, though, for a quick break. But when we come back, I'll be sitting down with Eric Pierce, the assistant principal and athletic director at West Bloomfield High School.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
I'm Kelly Waterfall for Civic Center TV. All around West Bloomfield, people are saying there's great, if not totally compelling programming on Civic Center TV. What's the best way to know when our newest shows debut? Become a member. It's absolutely free. We'll send you a regular newsletter with all the latest updates. Just go to civiccentertv.com and click the Members tab. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Be sure to catch live coverage of Laker sports, up-to-date information on local events, and of course, non-stop music on 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM.
For years, Civic Center TV has been bringing you live coverage of local municipal meetings. The meetings are now available on demand at civiccentertv.com/meetings or watch the meetings again the following day on Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash, everyone. I'm Jonathan Jackson, and my guest on the show this week is Eric Pierce, the assistant principal at West Bloomfield High School, as well as the athletic director and also the varsity head coach for the baseball team. Eric, thank you for stopping by today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, definitely.
No problem. Well, Eric, your resume is impressive in itself. I mean, assistant principal alone, that's a hefty job, but you're doing a lot more as in charge of athletics and, like I said, baseball. How do you manage it all?
Well, I always say West Bloomfield's the building that never sleeps. We always have something that's going on. To be honest, it's a great team over at West Bloomfield, not just our athletic teams, but when you look at the amount of support that I have, people helping out in athletics, people wanting to be involved after school, it really does help out a lot, and it makes it so I can still do a lot of the things that I still love, like coaching varsity baseball still.
Yeah, in 3 years now as assistant principal and as athletic director. Mm-hmm. What would you say has changed the most since when you started to now?
Well, I tell you what, it's been interesting to see the progression. I absolutely love seeing our student athletes. My favorite day of the year is signing day, when they sign their national letter of intent. This last year, had 20 students sign. We had 14 on that day, and then 6 others that signed afterwards. But it's just an awesome experience. You get to see that they've made the commitment in the classroom, outside of the classroom, obviously perfecting their sport. and to see them get rewarded by signing those scholarships, it's a real cool thing. So
be a very proud feeling too.
It is, absolutely, and that's one of the biggest things. The culture of West Bloomfield is extremely strong right now. Our student section, the Swamp, is absolutely amazing, coming to all the games and cheering for all our teams. And it wasn't always like that at West Bloomfield, and we've definitely noticed that the culture is just it's amazing. It really is, and I hate to use that word over and over again, but it's true. And that's the best way to describe it. As an athletic director, as somebody who's involved in activities, it's fun to see. It's fun to see everybody get involved.
Yeah, and speaking of activities, as head coach of the baseball team, now you guys made it to the postseason, this year. Didn't, quite make it as far as probably as you wanted, but, you guys made it, and you're a very consistent team. Anything you're hoping to work on in the upcoming season?
The great thing about our team last year is we had a lot of success for being a young team. We started a lot of sophomores out there. Our guys buy into the program. I'm very lucky in that regard. They buy into what I'm telling them every single day. My favorite thing with the baseball team, at the end of every practice, at the end of every game, it's a handshake. Thank you, coach. We'll see you tomorrow. And I love that stuff. That's exactly.
Respect,
and They truly believe in Laker baseball. They believe in the tradition of it, and we're going to turn some heads definitely this year.
Yeah, and speaking of heads too, also in football, I know now you were involved in football for
Correct.
Quite a while too. But as the football season approaches, any thoughts on the team this year? Are you excited for the first game?
Oh yeah, no, very excited. First game's Thursday against Birmingham Groves, August 25th, and Groves had an unbelievable team last year. They were 9-0 in the regular season, won their first round of the playoffs before losing. We were 9-0 as well last year. Coach Bellamy's done a fantastic job of getting our student athletes to participate as well as excel in the classroom. Since he's taken over the program, our GPA for our football team has gone up a whole point.
That's great.
And that's an amazing attribute for Coach Bellamy. He really stays on them about the classroom. But to see our guys out on the field, our skill positions are wonderful. We've had a lot of people signing with colleges over the last couple of years, getting scholarships. I think we're going to be an exciting team to watch. We'll definitely score some points, and it's cool to come to a game out at the Swamp on Thursdays like this week or Fridays.
Yeah, and I like how you mentioned earlier too, not just athletics but also academics is important, like you said with Coach Bellamy. And as assistant principal, you're obviously involved with the academic side. What would you say are you looking forward to most this year in your students? Is there anything that you're excited about that's new to the school program?
Of course, the great thing about West Bloomfield is we say that it's a place where everybody belongs. Whether we have a specific club for you or whether we have any type of after-school activity or sports, athletics, obviously, which I'm a part of, to see the amount of participation that we get out of the students is wonderful. I look back at our DECA program last year, taking the most students they've ever taken to nationals for the business competition that they do. They had 34 students that went. That's a big deal. We see it with our choir programs. We see it, with our upstander program. Everything that's around at West Bloomfield, it's exciting to be a part of. Last year was really my first experience with robotics, and to see the work that the students put in and how amazing the robots they create are. It's fun. It's fun to see, and it really is a cool thing to see.
Well, that's great. I appreciate you, talking to us about that, and the school year coming up and seeing how, great things are coming to the West Bloomfield High School and already happening too. So thanks again for being here.
Oh, of course. My pleasure, definitely, and thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Well, everyone, once again, Eric Pierce, like I said, assistant principal up at West Bloomfield High School, also involved with athletics there as well. And just stay tuned for all the good things that are happening this year. And, of course, stay tuned for the game coming up this Thursday.
That's right.
So go West Bloomfield Lakers,
go Lakers,
right?
Baby.
There
go
we
Lakers.
go. There we go. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, well, now it's time for a segment we like to call The Biz, where reporter Katie Wozniak gets an inside look at local businesses within greater West Bloomfield.
Hi, I'm Katie Wozniak for Civic Center TV, and in this edition of The Biz, we're here at Boost Cryo Spa in West Bloomfield to find out what exactly cryotherapy is and its benefits.
Cryotherapy is the use of extreme cold to reduce inflammation. It was developed in 1979 in Japan to treat rheumatoid arthritis, so it's not new technology.
While only wearing socks, gloves, and minimal clothing, you are bathed in liquid nitrogen, taking the ultimate cold shower.
When you get into the extreme cold, it's usually about between negative 200 and negative 250 degrees. And when the body enters that temperature, it goes into a fight or flight, meaning that your body thinks that it's actually freezing. And then when it re-enters into warm temperature, what happens is it creates a systemic response in your body at a cellular level where the blood flow rushes back to different areas of your body, which ultimately is great for inflammation, as well as it has many other benefits.
Using cold products to heal the body is a long-standing therapy and has proven to be beneficial.
One of the biggest benefits that I see with cryotherapy versus alternatives for pain management is the fact that it's a holistic, non-invasive treatment. No drugs, no cutting, no needles. And it's very, very effective for treating all kinds of inflammation. It's great for things such as insomnia. It's good for energy. And there's just a lot of great benefits that people see from this.
Cryotherapy can be administered to the whole body or a specific place.
What we do is we offer a localized spot treatment, and that spot treatment uses extreme cold as well, and I like to call it like an ice pack on steroids. We have a machine that has liquid nitrogen in it, and it's converted to a vapor. And once again, it will reduce the temperature to about negative 250 degrees. And we use a wand to administer it onto a person's area of need.
Don't let the negative temperature scare you. The process is surprisingly tolerable.
Most people think that it's cold, but a lot of people think that it's not as bad as they thought that it may be when they hear that they're going to be entering into negative 250 degrees. So we have someone in there with you the entire time, and we're talking with you and making sure that the time goes quickly. I don't tell people that it's necessarily comfortable, but it's very, very tolerable. And you feel so good afterwards that it's worth the 2 minutes of just being a little cold.
Cryotherapy helps with a variety of ailments, including those caused by inflammation in the body. For Civic Center TV, I'm Katie Wozniak, and that's your biz.
Thanks, Katie. Glad to see you had some fun out there. And if you'd like to see even more episodes of The Biz, like this one, then you can just visit civiccentertv.com/thebiz. We now turn to our other segment here on the show, our Person of the Week, where we acknowledge an individual within the community who is either helping or inspiring others. And this week's recipient is longtime West Bloomfield resident, Larry Wiseman. At 76 years young, Larry Wiseman was born and raised right here in West Bloomfield. During the 1940s, Larry and his family became a part of the Lake Improvement Association, which began in Pleasant Lake. The association was made up of immigrants from across the globe. However, it only contained around 25 families altogether. Nevertheless, it was out on the lake where Larry spent almost every summer as a kid. And over the years, the association has continued to maintain its beaches and land all by themselves. In Larry's opinion, the reason it stayed this way for so long is because of the commonality between them, as they just recently celebrated their 75th anniversary. Larry can also be seen working within the Historical Society and participates in taking West Bloomfield's youth out to Apple Island once a year as a docent. He says it's just another asset of living in the community, and he enjoys working with the kids. Another fun fact about Larry is that he loves boats and working with his hands. He even encouraged the staff at Parks and Recreation to put together a model boat club, and to this day, West Bloomfield's model boat regatta takes place every year at the Aquatic Center, thanks to him. It's just one of many reasons why we named Larry Wiseman our Person of the Week. And if you or someone you know is providing a service to their community, then let us know by sending an email to the Splash at civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate those who are making a difference in our area, and we appreciate any and all suggestions. Unfortunately, though, that's all the time we have for today. But as always, you can catch new episodes of The Splash every Monday at 6:30 and throughout the week for replays. You can also look up previous episodes online at civiccentertv.com or follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook under Civic Center TV for more information. For all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Kego Harbor, and of course, West Bloomfield, I'm Jonathan Jackson, and we want to thank you for watching.